Listener beware, No Time to Game is a podcast chock full with spoilers. If your intent is to play this game and you don't wish the ending to be spoiled, turn back now. And then come back when you're done and let's talk about it. Welcome to No Time to Game, a quest for game-life balance, where we play and talk about short games, indie games, and anything else that doesn't demand you sacrifice your relationships or force you to keep a bottle nearby for when nature comes a-callin'. I'm Devin, and I just don't have the hundreds of hours anymore to play MMOs, open-world games, and loot grinds.
And I'm Josh, and I play all the games so Devin doesn't have to.
This week I played What Remains of Edith Finch on Xbox One, developed by Giant Sparrow and published by Annapurna Interactive. This game was unlike any other that I've played before. It felt more like watching a movie, really, than playing a game. That's not to say I didn't enjoy it. It was interesting to play a game that was 100% focused on telling a story and not a whole lot else. But what a story it was. Basically, the premise of this game, you're a young woman that is returning to her childhood home, a home that's been in her family, the Finch family, for, it seems like, 100 years or so. And there's all of these locked rooms in this house and all of these secrets in her family that, being the last Finch alive, you are returning to find out basically everything that wasn't told to you as a child. And it just takes you through all of these stories of your relatives, from your mother to your great-great-grandmother. And this house is just incredible. There's all these hidden passages and I won't get into it too much here, but the premise is just you're discovering who you are and who your family is and was. Honestly, Josh and I talked about this game for about 40 minutes, and we decided that we couldn't really use it because while this game was excellent and this game was worth playing, it's about a two-hour game. It really didn't take a whole lot of a commitment. Just watching a really well-written, beautiful movie. However, talking about it for 45 minutes, I mean, it's sad. It's pretty sad. Pretty well, every story ends in how this family member died. And talking about that, you guys listening to that, it's not very good podcasting. So I recommend you play this game, definitely. Play it, take a half an hour after you finish playing it to think, because it took me a bit of reflection afterwards, and then, I mean, you can move on, but we're not going to bring you all down with that. You can hear the intro and the outro of this episode are the original, and you can hear in my voice that it did bring me down a bit just to talk about all of this. So anyway, I'm not going to say any more. Please go play this game. It was a good choice, but think of it more like a moving movie.
So, I was thinking for your next game, there's a game that I've recently been playing called Genesis Noir, and it's very strange and very atmospheric. It's supposed to be only about 4 hours long. I was thinking that maybe we could play through that at the same time. And that way it would be a little fresher in my memory than these last couple have been.
I like that. I like the sounds of that. I like strange. I've always liked strange games. So far, how far through are you? About halfway?
I'm probably about halfway through it.
Yeah. Is it going to make me sad?
I don't think it's going to make you sad. It's a pretty big shift from this one.
Okay.
There's a little bit of walking there's a little bit of similarity between this and the last game, but not much. Mostly in the sense that it's not very action heavy, but it's very different, a very different art style, and there's a little more sort of puzzle aspect to it. although so far it's been pretty straightforward.
Sure, and not frustratingly hard.
No.
No, good.
I'll
Okay.
stay away from that for another week or two.
Yeah, I mean, I want to get back into that, but I mean, Katana Zero was frustratingly hard, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to try and sort of hit all the different types of games and all the extremes, and then we'll kind of work our way back into the middle of sort of maybe something a little more normal once we figure out what kind of stuff you like to play.
Well, I'm going to say that's probably it for this week's episode. You can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/RogDev, that's ROGDEV, to watch me stream the games we talk about, or catch up on the old streams by subscribing to No Time to Game on YouTube. You can also join our Discord server with the link in the podcast description for important announcements and general chatter. Or if you're more a fan of good old-fashioned email, you can send me questions, comments, or game suggestions to notimepod@gmail.com. Thank you for listening to No Time to Game. Be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so you can be notified of upcoming episodes. Press X to skip the credits.